Kevin, you are a real action star.
Not yet, but I will be when you fund my next project.
Rolexes, jewelry! Trying to hide, little man?
In my wallet. How much your gun?
You believe this clown?
Nice to beef you.
Yeah! Kevin, this was all staged. Yeah, all of it.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, if people probably wondering where the hell is this Die Hard 2, where was the first one? This was actually birthed when the Quibi platform came out.
Correct.
Back when they were trying to give us shorts with top tier people. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, they I don't really know what the real downfall was, but they said that they didn't understand the audience. I actually hated the app itself. It wasn't really user friendly, and but I did try to keep up with it, try to watch it. I thought the concept of Kevin Hart trying to be an action star was funny and was cool. And then of course him being who he is, he's missing out on, like, he's in some real danger. And the plot of this one is basically the same. Hart plans a innovative action film with unscripted, unexpected scenes to cement his legacy as the greatest action star. However, a blind spot leads him to fall victim to a vengeful plot from his past. So, and that gives us our movie. He's basically doing this to himself again. So did was everybody able to see this? Hey, all right, cool. So then let me start with you, JS1. What was your initial impression?
How the hell we got a part 2? Because the part 1 wasn't all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was actually very surprised when you was like, there's a Hart. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I must not have been on Amazon Prime in a while. Holy shit. What the? So that's literally my, oh God.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
There's no hope, but go ahead.
How about you, Dad Panther? What was your initial impression?
Same thing. I had no clue at all. I don't know if this is a J-Lo bundle deal and he just putting stuff out, but no clue.
Hey, she did the best she could. Okay, let's not.
Sometimes your best ain't good enough.
Damn,
all right.
Yeah, we're taking jail.
It's a cold panel today. You know what I'm saying? At least you keep some buns tight buns. Anyway.
So Iris, I know you didn't get to see it, but what was your initial impression though?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. When you were like, "Hey guys, let's see Die Hard 2," I thought it was a typo, and you meant to hit the D and not the T. Because I was like, "That's the Bruce Willis one with that's the plain one, right?" When it's
so
snowing.
You was about to go watch Die Hard 2.
What I was,
you know,
I love my Die Hard Christmas movies. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Well, shout out to Carl Winslow. They really stepped his role up on Die Hard 2. Yeah, so that's.
So when you pointed this out, I was like, oh, that's an actual movie on Prime. Okay, I went, saw the first one, and I forced myself to stay awake. And then when I started watching the second one, I watched a good portion of the first half, then kind of dozed off, then woke up, saw people running, then dozed off. So I think we already know how I feel about this movie.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, I was with JS1. My initial impression was like, how the hell did we get a second one? I thought the first one was a cool concept, something that I've wanted to see him try and take on, but the execution, it wasn't there for me. It wasn't there for me. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into everybody's highs and lows. JS1, you want to kick it off for us?
It would be my honor and a privilege, sir. The first one barely skims by on unique idea, kind of sort of unique idea. And when you say execution, I say the execution wasn't bad because the cinematography was good. The way they kind of shot everything was cool. They had an idea. I just feel like they ran through it really quickly and didn't really do enough run throughs with the script to make sure that everything made sense and like, I feel like he has two sets of writers. So I think he has his A set of writers that really does really funny stuff every once in a while because they're like really hit and miss because most of the time they're probably drunk or high. And then he's got this B team that's really just the worst, horrible people and him freestyling, and that whole joint was this. So when we got to part 2, I'm like, oh, you know, is the A team coming or is the B team coming? And we've seen them do some marginally good stuff over the last year with all of these different streaming platforms. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is a step up. Completely wrong. Wasn't a step up. This is stupid. I don't feel like there was a script. I think he literally freestyled it with his friends. I think they have the framework of what a script was. They was like, all right, son, this the film. Like somebody did this, and look, I'm gonna be like Martin Lawrence. I'm gonna play multiple characters, and we're gonna get this shit cracking, crit-acking. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to give away the big secret. So anyway,
no, you good. You didn't give away too much.
I'm following along this freestyled retardation. Bored out of my mind. I'm not even gonna lie. I spent a lot of time going back and forth on X. Shout out to X for all of the porn. And I'm like, yeah, titties and movie and titty and movie and titty and movie. And that's how I made it throughout the film without sleeping. When I got to the end, they tried to be heartfelt funny, and it was just like it was, the tone is confusing. Because there are moments when they think they want to be serious, but they still trying to be funny. And then they want to be serious and he's still trying to be funny. And I'm like, this could have worked better if we had really had a script, if there was some real dialogue put in here. This could have worked if you took this a little bit more seriously, like balance the tones a little bit more, make the characters more three-dimensional versus just throwing people in here and they're flat paper bags. And if we had came up with a real ending, the ending was stupid. You know what I'm saying? All in all, what I find amazing is that we exist in this time period where you can see how easy it is to come up with this kind of like movie look. They have done such a good job on like, damn, this looks great, but it's just trash. There's literally nothing here. There's no personality. There's nothing unique. You got a bag to throw some of your friends some work, and they all come around, and y'all just come on, good, and that's it. And it looks exactly like what my life would be if I had money. It would be me and Eddie and Dad Panther and Iris, and we'd all be doing different jobs, and then. Who's got another check? All right, I'm not going to be the lead. Eddie's going to be the lead. Oh, you're going to be the lead now. Now I'm going to stay on good. So I don't even know what I just said. I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump into next though, because it's a lot of you saying you're not wrong. So I don't want to go too deep. But highs for me actually. Was that there was at least one scene that made me laugh out loud, like hysterically, to the point where I actually
was it the credits? I need to know what made you laugh. Like, please.
It was a conversation with him and his assistant about his dad.
Okay. Oh, that was yo. You laughed
at
that?
I laughed at that because I thought he was gonna have a moment. I thought he was actually gonna have a moment because he just got the lecture, and then no, and that just made me laugh because he was like he almost headed there, and then he went somewhere else, and that made me laugh out loud. So I was like, wow, I didn't expect to get a laugh like that out of this. To the point where I actually went back and showed Jessica, because Jessica gave up on it. We started it one night, and I'm back getting into my lows now. We started it on the night I asked everybody to watch it, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I got to work. So then I continued it the next day, and then she was like, you can finish it without me. So that says a lot about how well it was doing. And then but after I watched that scene, I brought it back. I was like, well, you gotta see this. This was funny to me. So that was a high for me. But you can't, like JS was saying, everything is able to look good nowadays. Like you can't even really give it credit for that, because it's not extremely hard to do. Like that used to be something we'd be like, well, it looked great, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's out there that's looking good, but it's just poorly done. And I do feel like it was a very, very, very thin script, no script. It just was outlines of scenes, and I don't know if he feels like that's his strength, with the ad libbing, but in my opinion, you gotta be surrounded by people like that show. Whose line is it anyway? You got to be surrounded by people that can go off the cuff. You can't be the only one, or everything just falls flat. You know, so so at my lows, yeah, it definitely felt like it was just thrown together, a lot of ad libbing. I felt like they could have really brought out some more jokes. Anytime I feel like I can take a joke to the next level and make it funny, I feel like you're definitely not doing your job, because this is your thing. It's not me. I'm not a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I feel like there's some jokes that you missed an opportunity on, it's disappointing for me. How about you, Dad Panda? Highs and lows?
I don't know why I thought you said Dead Panda. So for me, for this movie, I would say this movie makes me say the same thing that Jay said and you said. I am no longer going to say that a movie looks good. I'm done with it. It's just like anybody with a camera phone. If you spend a little money, it should play well and take good pictures. So done with that. But I thought the action for what it was good. I thought some of the scenes when the fighting got into it, when Kevin Hart is sitting there having those epic moments, I'm not going to spoil anything. It kind of, not to the credit of Fall Guys, where it was given that much love to stuntmen, but I thought the storyline was parallel on that sense. I thought the casting was a great casting. I thought John Cena did a great job in that role. We've seen him teeter that line that way. The beautiful actress that was the lead on this one, I thought she did a great job. Ben, who you've seen in Park and Rec and other stuff, he plays kind of himself in different stuff. It's unfortunate. Even the mom, Ben's mom in the character, I think the guy's name was Ron actually, but Ron's mom in the character,
his name's Andre.
Andre?
Yeah.
Did he, was he wearing, but he was wearing Ron because that was the name he came up with when they were, and there were moments that were funny, and it just unfortunate because it didn't feel like a script. And I actually wrote down here, it would have been cool to see this whose line is it anyway action, like a Reno 9/11, where you're like, hey, we're going to have some of the top people to do it off the top of their head. And here's these sets. Let's just go into it. And it fails because the cons of the villain wasn't significant. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the villain wasn't significant. Very small part, no pun intended. It wasn't really funny and ran too long. I think if it was shorter, this is 10 minutes longer than the original movie, I think we'd be talking about something different. I will say, it's no shade towards Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart plays this well in other movies. True Story on Netflix. He does a great job playing a serious role, a meaningful role, an impactful role. A show, you should watch it if you haven't. And then the other one was where he did the one with the guy from Cheers, the Man in Toronto, where that was comedy and action, and that had more substance. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna go with that one.
All right. That was you made some great points. I did forget to give a nod to some of the action. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and rate this bad boy. Oh, JS1, you got more?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in and add that we've recently, I don't know if we did it for the show, but I saw that Kevin Hart movie where they stole the plane thing. And even though that was bad, that was better than this. Like, you know what I mean?
It was a lot better.
And it's just like, and the lead chick is the same lead chick from the oh, I think.
No.
Or am I,
no, yeah. She played the agent. She did play the agent.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, all black women look alike, you know what I'm saying?
No, but you're right. But that was a fleshed out script.
Yeah, it was definitely more fleshed out, and he did his thing. Now, if add on to Dad Panther's point, if we had filled this film, because I'm thinking about this, like, this would have gone over way better if you had gotten a whole bunch of black comedians, just a whole wrangle, like he did Real Husbands of Hollywood, just different ones, just different people, do a different band of all comedians and let them all be like trying to get revenge on Kevin. This would have been phenomenal. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, it could have been like the doppelgangers of the whole comedy community. So now it looks like, first of all,
phenomenal idea.
Comedians are better at ad-libbing. So they're going to come in, they're going to ad-lib a lot better. Number two, it looks like you're giving a lot of people opportunity. Number three, it's just, people are just going to be sitting on the edge of their seat to see what other comedian's going to come out of the woodwork. Like, who's going to be this? Who's going to be that? And I felt like that would have been better. It's just that, not that the casting was bad. It's just that this is at this point, it's like all of these people I've seen Kevin with before many different times. So it's not new and it's not interesting. It's just somebody gave you some money and here you some. It was like, all right, this is an idea we got. Let's throw this at them. How much you gonna give me? Oh, you only got 10 mil. All right, look, give him Kevin Hart 2 or whatever the fuck, and we gonna. That's what it felt like. You know,
Yeah.
It was a money grab. Let's throw this out.
It was absolutely not.
And let's keep it going. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, you're good. But you just made me think of one other thing I wanted to ask you guys. Did you guys understand why the exec at the beginning had such an issue going forward with what he was pitching? I thought that was a pretty solid pitch. You know what I'm saying? He basically
2 reasons. Number one, that goddamn Bible that he
Yes.
bruh.
Threw that shit in the trash. I would have thrown that shit in the trash too.
It's a
Like,
1,000
what?
pages. Hell yeah, that's 1,000 pages. Like, how? Come on, how do you fund 1,000 pages? Please explain to me how do you fund? That's a $1 billion film. And he like, I just want to freestyle it. Like, just throw me in there.
You know what's crazy? That wasn't even the script. He said that was the outline.
That's right.
Exactly
Did
right.
say that.
He did say that. Oh my god!
But I thought he did a good job convincing her because she thought he really got down and saved her. So I was like, so why do you say never? I would never fund this movie. I thought he sold it.
And this is where Kevin fell off, because if he had sat in the meeting and understood that she's really about this movie that she wants to do the sequel to Jeffersons. Just say, hey, let's take this and put it into Jeffersons. We're gonna do this, but it's gonna be me freestyling it
With more action.
With more action. I felt like she would have gone for it. You know what I mean? But but no, I definitely get it.
Yeah, they didn't think about the script or story. So from the beginning, I was like, why are we taking this turn? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So just to add more in regard to that though.
Oh, Iris saw this part. Go ahead.
Before I fell asleep. I told you I saw some of the movie. I just fell asleep. I feel that her biggest reasoning for turning him down is because even though all of that was staged, that is fucking crazy.
So you crazy. You're not gonna do deals with crazy. I got you.
No, it's like, you want to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's combine our ideas. Let's find a happy medium. But if you're gonna stage a whole scenario where I feel like my life is in danger, life is, fucking going in front of my eyes, then no, I would have thrown your shit out too. Because I'm like, if you're crazy and we haven't even agreed to anything, I could only imagine when we get started with the shit. No, take your crazy ass somewhere else.
I could get it, kinda, but it's Hollywood, and you're asking a creative to temper what makes them who they are. Like, that's what makes creatives. They're nutbag, period. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I would have been impressed that you coordinated and executed something so realistic. And I'm gonna be like, holy shit! Like, from a person that's like, all right, so if how much, my first question was, how much did you spend to do this? So, all right, cool. And I need to do, I'd be doing math. Like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. And the only thing I need to do, I need to get 3 of my guys to make sure you don't blow all of my money on cocaine and hookers. And Diddy can't be on set. We good. You know what I mean? Let's get this going. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I get where you're coming from.
And I see your point. I see your point. I really do. Because I honestly thought it was an actual situation. And then after finding out it was staged, I was like, oh my God, I would have said yes. The fuck? I'm going to be this important to you for you to go out your way to do something like this. Like, I would feel kind of special. Scared at first, but feel special. Yeah. But some people are just like, no, we're making a fucking movie. We're not trying to save civilization. This is fucking crazy. So it just depends on the person.
I mean, I think the writing, if they would have tried to actually write it out, then what could have thrown her off is when she was like, okay, talk to me. What's your budget? And he said something ridiculous like, I want to be the first action film to do $1 billion. And then she's like, okay. And then he brings out a big old outline and she's like, all right, you know what? Yeah, we'll talk. That would have made more sense of it not happening. Because, like you said, he pulled it off where I'm like, yeah, we need to get this on film because I thought you would save my ass for real.
Yeah.
But we could beat that point up all day.
Good job.
All right, so we're gonna JS1, if you could do the honors, please, sir.
Yay! Is it a classic? Is it a good watch? Is it a catch on streaming? Is it not doing it for me? Is it a oh hell no? Or if you ever show me this again, I will slap you.
Dad Panther, let's start with you. What you got?
I'm gonna say catch it on streaming.
I feel
If it's
like
there,
might
watch
have
it.
liked
Check it
this
out.
more than we did. Did you like it more than we did?
I mean, it wasn't perfect. Again, there's a scene where the bomb thing that happens, and just me looking at the detail, he was wearing some cool gray 3s. The next scene, literally in the same room, they're now retro 3s, and they're cement, or bread 3s. So I was like, switching up the shoes. Yeah. So
I want to be you, but I will never be cool enough to be you. I get upset because I don't pick up stuff like that. I don't see the Starbucks cup, or I never see that shit, yo. I be so in the film, I don't even be paying attention. So, like, shout out to you for that, man. Like, now I'm mad. I gotta go back and watch the shit again so I can see the shoes switch up.
Well, I think even though she fell asleep, that is worthy of getting an honest review from you, Iris. So, DS1.
Is it a classic? Is it a good watch? Is it catch on stream? Is it not doing for me? Is it a oh hell no? Or if you ever show me this shit ever again, I will you.
Where you're at, Iris?
It's not doing it for me. It's not. I can't. It put me to sleep. If I have insomnia, I'll put this movie on.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's well, I mean, that's saying a lot. You should put it on again to go to sleep. Like some people just. James, where you at with it, sir?
Oh hell no! I'm just giving it to you just like that. And I'm close to put my hand. If somebody suggested, no, we haven't seen it. No. All right, but no, I want to see. No, this is disrespectful because you got money. See, you getting to be like Tyler Perry, and I can't see. That's coming up, y'all. It's like this.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with oh hell no for me too. Yeah, it was definitely a huge missed opportunity.
And the doppelganger. That shit was stupid, bro. That shit was stupid. That shit was stupid. Like, I wish I don't want. You know what? Let's move on.